what's up you guys? Welcome back to another installment of Random Rob. It is officially 6:30 a.m. on Valentine's Day, my favorite holiday of the year. Oh, like top 3? It's up there. It's one of the good ones. Regardless, I have a big day planned out for myself. Number 1, I gotta hit the gym. Number 2, I gotta go get donuts. Number 3, I have to eat the donuts. Then I have to go stream and hopefully eat more donuts. So let's go ahead and get things started. So an ongoing theme with me trying to go to the gym is forgetting to charge my phone, so I figured I would go ahead and toss on some makeup in the meantime. Okay, so I made the executive decision. We're gonna go ahead and push the gym back so that we can get to the donuts a little bit sooner, because I need myself a little bit of coffee and a little bit of sugar. Oh my god! It's parking lot cat! Hi, sweetie. How are you doing? I can't get you any food right now, because I gotta get myself some food. Some little num-nums. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm a sucker. I just had to run back inside and add a little bit of food. You happy now? Are you happy now, baby? So the deal with this place is they make this like amazing donut called the tiger tail, and I don't know what it is. It's all about like the texture. It's like airy. It's basically like a twisted donut that's glazed with like a cinnamon like tail wrapped in. It's really fucking delicious. However, if you get there too early, they may not have made it yet. If you get there too late, they're completely sold out because they're that delicious. So my mission for today is to get 2 of them, and then other like assorted Valentine's Day donuts that I can eat on stream. Maybe like a French cruller, I don't know. I want something with like sprinkles. Hopefully they make like a pink frosted donut. Iced? Frosted? Is it the same thing? Okay, so here is officially the damage. We did manage to get our hands on 2 tiger tails. Down sneakily hiding in the bottom is an apple fritter. I did go ahead and get myself a chocolate twist, and we got a pink sprinkled donut as well as a heart. It's jelly filled. I could have had it cream filled, which to be honest with you would have been more on brand for me. However, I don't know, I was feeling jelly this morning. So now it's time for some coffee and some makeup, and then we can go ahead and get a little recording done. So executive decision, we are passing on the coffee and we're gonna have a big old cup of Coke Zero. I don't know what it is, I just get in these moods. Like, I was picturing myself last night with like a cup of coffee and like dunking a donut into it. I'm like, wouldn't that be delicious? Now, all I can think of on this cold ass morning is like, wouldn't it be just refreshing to have some Coke Zero and a freaking donut? Now, I actually have a plate here. And this is literally like social media life, where I want to take a picture of all the donuts and make them all pretty, but I don't think the lighting's that great. So we're actually not gonna eat these donuts. We're gonna eat the remaining donuts that are still in the box, which I'm shocked. Because I was like, I want that donut and I want that donut. And they're like, listen, you've almost got half a dozen, all you need is 1 more. And I was like, all right, fuck it, we might as well go. You know what I'm gonna show you guys? I'm gonna show you guys the tiger tail because I have been raving about it. This is the honker. This thing is like, look at how big this thing is compared to my face, and I have a big face. My face is quite large, so as you can see right here, it's absolutely amazing. Look at the braids on the back. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my freaking god. So this is a Random Rob, and there is gonna be a little bit of a, I guess, a story time that goes along with it. Wait, I gotta show you the texture. Look at the texture on it. It's just so airy. Oh my god, my life. My friggin' life is so good. And their twists, I got a chocolate twist because I don't know what it is, but whenever they like twist up their donuts, they get this really like amazing texture to them. It's just airy and fluffy and just, oh, it's so good. So let's go ahead and address things real quick. Yes, I am still on keto. However, I've kind of hit my goal weight area. Like, listen, after the holidays, they fucked me big time, so I'm still playing a little bit of catch up, but I don't think it's really that big a deal. So I'm actually doing cyclical keto, where basically you cycle in carbs 1 to 2 days a week, and I'm doing this mainly for like metabolic flexibility, because before, and I have some weird shit about keto, let me tell you right now. I was like being fairly strict on keto. I might like cheat like once a month or something like that. And what would happen on those cheat days is literally, I found that my body would react terribly to carbs. And when I say terribly, I mean like to the point where like my stomach would get super duper upset. It's like my body was just not used to processing carbs anymore. And interestingly enough, whenever I eat carbs, I don't know if there's some sort of scientific backing to this, it's just weird, but what ends up happening is I will actually have dreams, and weird dreams at that. In fact, I had like a buffet the other day, and I literally had the strangest dream that night. It's literally just whenever I eat carbs, I have dreams, and they're always very, very strange dreams. I wish they were sex dreams. They never are. I never have good sex dreams. It's always really odd. The only ones that I've ever had was a cowboy who put some sausage into a bun. I'm not even being like, listen, the only part that's like figurative is the sausage, but there was a bun involved, a literal bun, relish, which by the way I hate, and mustard. Again, the only thing that I'm changing the noun of is sausage, but I think that you can kind of like put that together yourself. And also a sumo wrestler, and that wasn't pleasant either. It's just all bad. Anyway, carbs make me have weird dreams, so I decided that I would go ahead and do cyclical keto, where I cycled in some carbs so my body is still used to processing them, because I find that if you go onto one end of the spectrum or the other, basically you get weird symptoms. Like I would get that stomach ache whenever I would eat carbs, and people going from like a carb heavy diet into keto will get keto flu. It's all symptoms of basically your body being unable to do something and you forcing your body into it. So I figured if I can kind of like stay in this little, I guess you would say gray area, that my body would be a bit better for it. All right, so now let's go ahead and address where the hell I've been for so long. Now I know I've been kind of jumping in and jumping out of this channel, and one of the big reasons is because of the fact that I've had so many skin issues. And when you're in front of the camera, and especially like the way that I was, because I was doing a lot of contact lens reviews, like my face was right in the camera. So you could see every single pore, every single wrinkle, every single pimple. And to be honest with you, I'm not super duper concerned about all of that kind of stuff, because legitimately, we all have pores, we all have lines, and we get the occasional pimple. I don't have like crazy big breakouts or anything ever happen to me. I just get like a couple spots here and there. I have some redness on my cheeks. Like I don't have any blusher on or anything right now. Any redness that you see is just natural redness because I have what I like to call like fairly mild rosacea. It'll flare up from time to time when I put a product on my face that it doesn't like. But let me tell you, what basically happened is at that point in time, I was, you know, really frustrated because, well, this all started during the power outage, like in October. Yes, it goes back that far. But basically, what happened was, I decided, you know, let's make the best out of a bad situation. Plus, it's freaking cold and chilly outside, and I have to go to these areas to like plug in my power charger. So I was like, listen, let's go ahead and get the Battle of the Bombs out of the way. Now, if you guys have been tuned into the channel for a while, I've been like talking about, oh, I want to do Battle of the Bombs. And basically, oh my god, I was distracted by sugar and cinnamon. So, Battle of the Bombs. Basically what I wanted to do with this series is to kind of like go through, take a look at all of my lip balms and rank them. But the way that I wanted to do it is I wanted to use these balms for like several days in a row until I got my feelings about them. So, the thing that made me the angriest is everything was pretty much set to go and I had one balm left to try. Now, it's actually something from Bite Beauty. Let's see if I have it. Do I have it here? It was in my declutter box. But basically, it was the Bite lip mask, the agave lip mask in maple. Now, the interesting thing, and I need to point this out because it kind of bugs me how companies do shit like this. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and try this out for a couple days straight. And I used it like off and on. It's really thick, it's really rich, so I would use it like occasionally. It's not something that I would use back to back to back to back to back, right? But a lot of people said, you know, they were using this as a lip balm instead of just a lip mask. And I was like, you know what? It smells really good. It tastes really good. Like, it's really thick. And the weather is absolutely crap outside. So I figured I would go ahead and end with this. Now, the thing about this is I started using it and I was like, oh, it's so nice. It's so like thick and just coats my lips and it just sticks there and it tastes mapley and it has this like really kind of like brown sugary kind of look. Like it looks like, you know, the crystals of brown sugar, so your lips have a nice little tint to them. And I was like, I love it so much. But what I noticed is that my lips were not reacting very well to them. I didn't know that that's what it was. I just thought it was because I was outside a lot and it was really, really dry, and my lips were just like not doing well. They were like flaking and they were like peeling, and I just kept using it because I was like, oh my god, my lips are in such a bad shape, let me keep using this lip mask. Well, because of the agave lip mask, or at least, you know, I'm assuming this is not 100%, don't sue me, I'm just saying I have no money, don't sue me. But basically what happened is, I developed an allergic reaction to lanolin. Now, lanolin is the first ingredient in the old Bite Agave lip mask. It's like a donut and a cinnamon roll had a baby. Oh, I'm trying to like wipe away the negative thoughts of everything that happened then. Whatever. I kept using it over and over and over again because I thought that my lips were just dry due to the weather, because it's winter. So basically what happened is my lips started getting more and more and more irritated. And I couldn't tell what it was, what exactly was doing it. I just thought that it was the winter cold. So I kept using it, and I kept using other products that had lanolin in it. And basically what happened is my lips just got really crusty, really red, really irritated. And in my head, I was like, okay, well, I've been using these products for like quite some time, it's fine. Now, it didn't really get out of control until I kept using them over and over, because I thought that maybe I had a cold sore. Now, here's the thing, I've never had cold sores in my entire life. And we all know where cold sores may or may not, well, they do. They're like a herpes virus, right? They're oral herpes, basically. But a lot of people have them. I think about 50% of people have them as adults or something like that. I don't know what the statistic is, but so that's what I thought I had. Now, I hadn't been kissing anybody. I hadn't been doing anything with anybody during that whole time period. I was like, maybe it's like latent, maybe it's like hibernating, I don't know, because I've had canker sores before. So I was like, I don't know, maybe canker sores are like the same thing as like cold sores, but one's inside your mouth and one's outside your mouth, even though they don't look anything alike. So I was like, maybe they're just finally showing up, you know? So for my lips, you know, I was using the same lip balms and all of that kind of stuff. And then I was putting on like canker sore treatments on my mouth. And then I was like, oh my god, it's still there, it's not responding. I was like, oh, so it must, maybe it's like, because the area around my mouth started flaking too. So it was not just like my lips, but it was like the area around my mouth. And so it started flaking. I was like, oh my god, maybe it's a rash, maybe it's like some sort of fungal thing or whatever. So I started going ahead and putting on antifungal creams, as well as the cold sore creams, as well as the lip balms. And my mouth was so puffy and insane. Let me tell you right now. This was a season of me learning that sometimes I do too much, and sometimes I probably shouldn't do too much. That would be the best advice, because what I ended up developing on top of my allergy to lanolin is something called perioral dermatitis. And basically, with me looking all over the internet thinking I had maybe cold sores, maybe I had a fungal rash or something, basically what had happened was I developed perioral dermatitis, which basically is because you're using too many like steroidic creams around your mouth. So like the medicines that I thought were helping my skin were actually inflaming my skin even more, just like all of like the lip balmy lanolin products that I was using on my skin. I thought the more I used them, the more my lips would become better, and instead it was just inflaming them and making them worse. So all of this was going down. My face was like in literal pain. There were several nights where I had to take like Tylenol or ibuprofen just to like ease it because it was so bad. So I finally figured out what it was. And of course, at this point in time, like, my mouth was red and flaking and irritated. It was not pleasant whatsoever. And keep in mind, my skin was, you know, before this, it was pretty close to this. Like, all I'm wearing right now is like a little bit of Glossier skin tint. Of course, I do have a little bit of a ring light action on, so everything's a little bit softer, more diffused. Listen, it's like barely 8 o'clock in the morning. I need a little bit of help. But what ended up happening after that was I kind of like leaned off of everything. Oh, here's another thing. Here's where this is a perfect scenario of Rob doing too much. I also thought that because of the fact that it might be like a fungal rash, which it wasn't, by the way, I decided to take some antibiotics. My mom just has a stash. She sent me over some, and I looked at them, and I remember these ones giving me a rash when I was younger. These are probably not the same thing, because I don't have anything listed as like allergies or anything like that. I took them. I took two. I took 2 doses, and then my face like just broke out in hives, and I was like, oh no, my mouth is like flaking, my face is in hives, this is terrible. So it was just a whole bad time, and that's why, like, my last contact lens video, I'm like, you only get to see this. This is all you get to see. So you get to see hands and eyes, and that's it. So it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. It was really frustrating. And then after that, I ended up using a skincare product. So my mouth was healing, everything was, you know, doing fine and dandy, and I was like, okay, my skin's back in there. In fact, I did a couple Instagram posts, which I was like, oh my god, my skin is glorious, I'm feeling myself again. And then, okay, so the camera shut off, and I have absolutely no clue where I was when all of that happened. But basically, I'd gotten my skin back together, I'd used this new skincare item, and literally my face just broke out into a rash. And the reason that I knew it was that skincare item is I had like tapped it all over my face, so you can tell it's like a toner, and I tapped it on my lips, okay? Literally, the next morning, I woke up, I was like, oh, my lips feel kind of dry. I looked in the mirror, and my lips had crusted over, and I was like, oh no, it was really bad. So it was just this constant train of like my skin being terrible and like just feeling really down on yourself. And it's one of those things when you're used to seeing yourself one way, and then all of a sudden like a switch flips and everything becomes utterly terrible. It kind of like, number one, really brings you down mentally. Like it was hard. I was like grateful because of the fact that like when I stream, you know, with a webcam, and it's like a smaller camera, right? And then of course lighting can kind of like blow things out. But even in that lighting, I don't know if you can see it, but there's still a little bit like of redness left right here. It's a little bit of scarring from the rashes that I had. And here's the craziest part. When all of the pill taking was done, the medicine that I was allergic to, I actually broke out in hives, and one of the places that hives appeared were on my eyelids. And the issue with that is when you put on eye makeup, it'll actually, like, you know, it won't grab the same way, but once those things started to harden up, it actually changed the shape of my eyes. Like, my eyelids were like wonky because of, it was bad. It was just all types of bad. So I don't know, I've had a little bit of a rough skin time, but I am finally getting everything back together. I'm just so freaking gloriously happy that like we're back in this place, and now I'm just being very cautious and being very paranoid. And it kind of sucks because I used to be very adventurous, like with all of the skincare that I was doing. I was like, oh my god, I'll try this, I'll try that. But now I'm like, yo, I don't know you. You're not touching my face. Who the hell are you? Get out of here. So I'm being really cautious with what I add in. I actually am currently not using any big actives, like no vitamin C, no retinol, which is crazy because I swear up and down on vitamin C and retinol, but I'm kind of taking it easy for the time being. Like, I think maybe next week, if I can get through this week, this upcoming week, just fine and dandy, and have no skin issues whatsoever, I think I'll go ahead and start, like, bringing those babies back in and start reintroducing stuff. The only thing that is kind of, like, made me afraid is the fact that, like, in the toner that broke me out, I can't even say broke me out, because I had like an allergic reaction to it. Hold on, let me get it. It was this one. It was this one by Good Molecules. It is their niacinamide brightening toner. Now the thing is, I had used their niacinamide serum and I really liked the texture of it. Again, I didn't notice like amazing great skin days when I was using it, so I don't know if I'm just not doing well with their niacinamide. But I'd used niacinamide toners, or not toners, but niacinamide products in the past, and I'd had no issues with them whatsoever. So the thing that freaks me out about this one specifically is because I looked at the list of ingredients and I couldn't figure out anything that I would be allergic to. Donuts make everything better though. They really do. So good. Listen, I had a tough day yesterday, so I totally feel 100. And the thing is, I'm also on intermittent fasting and I'm totally breaking my intermittent fast. But Valentine's Day, listen, yesterday sucked. Today's better. Like, oh my god, do you see how like airy and fluffy? The airy and fluffiness, it's so good. So, I think I'm gonna end this here because I have so many other things that I need to do. So, typical, I'm trying to do too much at once. I do have to prep for a stream, which I'm gonna eat more donuts. I have to go to the gym later, and by the way, I've been in love with the kettlebells, so I'm definitely gonna be doing like a kettlebell workout too. Like, listen, some days are hard, some days are better. You just have to roll the dice. Listen, it was supposed to be some sort of like really meaningful quote there, but the sugar's gotten into my brain, and I can't function. So, unfortunately, not as good as you're gonna get out of me. But at least now you know why I went missing for a while. Now hopefully, if my skin manages to get itself together, we'll be back in a better place. And I have so many things to talk about. I actually wanted to do a Valentine's Day video that's like the things that I love right now, almost like a favorites, but mainly because of the fact that I can't manage to pull myself together to do favorites regularly. But spoiler alert, Natasha Denona is on there. And I'm like, what did I do to my life? I've revealed a part of myself that I really don't like and exists within Natasha Denona. Damn it. So I don't know if there are gonna be any other clips to follow this. If there are, this is gonna be the last of me eating and you'll see something else. But if not, which there probably won't be, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. I do appreciate it very much. This next bite is gonna be for you. Look at how glazy and glossy that is. Regardless, I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day, because you damn well know that I'm not gonna be able to edit this in time. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do it after the stream. Maybe I'll do it before the stream. What time is it now? I'm gonna head on out. So as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.